Hello and welcome to episode 27 of the Just Flying series. The small, lightweight and easily blown around default Cessna. It's the ideal aircraft to choose when you have a 24 knot crosswind. Okay, we're roughly 100 degrees and it's 24 knots at 170, so not quite the full 24 of crosswind component, but yeah, it's still going to be plenty, isn't it? Lots of left rudder to keep this straight. Just about holding on. Yeah, we're up. Yeah, not sure. Should we bother turning onto our heading or just drift over there sideways with the wind? Although we'll see what happens when we land, because if you saw the last video, I left you a teaser that we'd either be going to Oakia, Palmerston North or Fielding. Well, with this weather I've decided on Fielding, as that should be the most fun. It gives us the smallest runway and also the biggest crosswind with the direction of it. So it's the worst one I can choose, and therefore that sounds quite interesting. So we'll see how good my crosswind landings are today. I don't actually know the maximum crosswind limits for this aircraft, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot less than what we've had for well, takeoff or landing. So, not been a lot happening in the last few days, and therefore not much to talk about. So I found a website with moral dilemma questions. And thought maybe we could throw one or two into a few different videos, and on days like this, perhaps answer a few more and see where we go. I don't know, it might be interesting, it might not, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. I did read the first two, but apart from that you'll get to hear the questions at the same time I do. So, number one then. You're at a party and stuck talking to someone who is boring. How do you get out of the situation? Well, as my age has gone up, my tolerance for idiots has gone down. And I'm also more likely these days to not care about annoying people that I don't know that well, or worry about what their opinion is of me. So I probably try and be tactful first with, I don't know, nice meeting you, but I need to go and say hello to that guy over there, and try and get myself out of the conversation like that. But if they press me and insisted that I stay, then they are probably going to get both barrels and a, look mate, I'll be honest, you're boring me to death, so I'm going to go and find somebody else to talk to, and seriously, do you want to carry on standing here talking to a man who thinks you're an idiot? Yeah, as I said with idiot tolerance, sometimes I might say something and a person gets upset about it. But sometimes that's because I meant you to get upset about it. Right, next. On the day of your wedding, would you rather be left at the altar or leave your fiancé at the altar? Then, okay, let's strip this question back to what is actually being asked here. Being left at the altar indicates that I do want to get married, but as the wedding is now not going to happen, then that option is something that I don't want. Me leaving somebody else at the altar, that obviously means I'm making a choice and doing something which I do want. And if I'm running out on my future wife, that's also a good indicator for her that she probably shouldn't be marrying me. So breaking the question down, it's actually a thing can happen which you don't want, or a thing can happen which you do want, and the thing that you do want quite probably benefits somebody else as well in the long term. So when you pull the question apart, that's quite an easy choice. Right then, next. A son tells you that his terminally ill father's insurance policy will expire at midnight. If the father dies after midnight, the son gets no money, and he asks you to kill his father by suffocating him with a pillow. Do you do it? Well, the answer would be no in the case that how the question is written with the son asking, as that would just be murder. However, if the father himself asked to be killed, that would have been a much more interesting question, because it then becomes about assisted suicide and not murder. Now, terminal illness can sometimes involve pain, suffering, and if there is no hope, then I can fully understand how a person may want to end it all. And personally, I think that assisted suicide should be legal for that. In this case, however, even if it's the father asking to die, it's not due to any suffering, it's to help his son with finances from the insurance. And I don't think that's a good enough reason for suicide, so no, I wouldn't help. Next, your brother fell into quicksand, and a few feet away is a vial containing the only known cure for cancer, and you can only have time to save one. Well, my brother, he's the answer. Don't really care what the other option is, but in this case, losing a cure for cancer means I may stop something good from happening, but as we don't have a cure for cancer right now, if we still don't have a cure for cancer afterwards, nothing has got worse. Now, the world has stayed the same, but my brother is still alive, so yeah, obviously I'm going to choose him. Is it okay to genetically modify food in order to feed more people? Yes, of course. With selective breeding in plants and animals, we've been doing something for hundreds of years that basically is genetically modifying. I know the term is used in a way to make it seem scary, as if we're injecting carrots with asbestos and poison gas, but we've been genetically modifying plants and animals for years. It produces more food, less people starve to death. How can that be a bad thing? Right, what is your diet? Mostly meat, whatever I want, vegetarian, vegan. Well, for me, whatever I want probably fits best of all. Yeah, personally, I've never been hunting or fishing, as it doesn't sound that interesting. But I'm not a hypocrite with this, as it wouldn't bother me to kill something myself and then eat it. killing just for sport I disagree with, but if you make use of an animal, then I'm fine with that. I'm totally not a hypocrite either, because I've had great relationship with some cats and dogs. I've owned a couple of cats myself, love them to bits. But would I eat a cat or a dog? Yeah, definitely. Of course I would. If fried cat was on a restaurant menu, I would definitely choose that, just to try something new and see what it's like. Okay then, so that's our destination then, NZFP Fielding. So we'll leave it there with the questions and try and sort out our landing. Yeah, kind of okay with those moral dilemmas, but I was hoping they would have been better questions. With what we've just had and reading a few more right now, there are quite a few that are very badly worded. I don't think the person who wrote them really thought things through properly. But it passed a bit of time. I might come back and do a few more in the future, or if I haven't got anything else to talk about. So yeah, maybe throw one into a few of the future episodes. Although, as always, if you have a topic of conversation, then post it in the comments and I'll try and talk about that instead. So, God knows how this is going to go with the Crosswind, as we will be coming in, sideways. In real life, when I was doing my PPL, there were some things I was very good at. Instrument flying, for instance. That was something I just took to straight away and was a top of the class kind of student for that. Crosswind landings, I'd say the best one I ever did in real life, you'd probably still only rate it as adequate. We got down, it was safe, but it was never a natural feeling. In X-Plane, especially with the Baron, I've actually made better crosswind landings in the sim than I ever did in real life, which is a bit strange. But as I say, with the Baron or aircraft like that, they are bigger and heavier planes than the one we're flying today, or the ones I flew in real life, and it's certainly with a lot less wind than we have today too, so who knows, we may still have all the parts attached to this after touchdown, or we might not. I've not looked it up, so no idea what the crosswind limits are with this plane, but I'm certainly guessing it's a long way the wrong side of legal with just how sideways we are here. Some people use X-Plane to make correct and safe real-world flights. For me, I prefer weird and dangerous shit like this, so strap yourselves in. Trying to keep on the centre line. Still doing okay. Getting ready to straighten ourselves up with the rudder. And around we go. Full right with the ailerons, stop the wind getting under the wing, and yeah, we're down. Not brilliant, but we're down. Let's have another look. Yeah, that is very sideways, isn't it? control surfaces don't appear to be moving in the replay. Yeah, lots of rudder, full right aileron right now. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I think once again we'll call that an adequate crosswind landing. Yeah, we survived. Although I don't think anybody's going to be using this video for training purposes of great technique in crosswinds. Right, so welcome to NZFP fielding. I'll go down to the little taxiway, which is a little bit unique, as there are animals grazing on the apron area. So they've got a cattle grid at the entrances to the runway. Managed to put one in there, yeah, with how I did the airfield before, but I'm sure when I come back to having a little upgrade of things for X-Plane 12, I can probably make a much better cattle grid so you feel that bump as you go over it. So that'd be good. And that hangar over there flashing on it, that's two surfaces occupying the same space. Z thrashing as it's called. Don't recall noticing that when I made the airport, but well, that's something that can be fixed. Although looking around, there are a lot of generic hangars and everything here, aren't there? So yeah, maybe an overhaul is about due for this place. Yeah, I'm sure I probably could do something a lot better now. Yeah, I think we'll call this one good for its time, but getting towards the end of its lifespan now. So there we go then, episode 27 of the Just Flying series. And yeah, we're alive, just. So I'm off to a restaurant. Go and see if they've got any fried cat. So, see you next time then. Bye.